You meant to say,
oh, action!
I want you to picture this. You've walked in through the front door. You're absolutely knackered after a hard day at work, but you fancy a curry. You don't want to go through the whole prep of making the masala. If you're still watching this video, keep watching till the end because we're about to transform this base masala that I made in my previous video into a curry. I'm going to show you exactly how to use this. So let's start cooking. Thank you very much for all those that took part in the poll that I put up on my community. We are starting with a lamb curry today. So I've got my lamb here on the bone. This is mixed meat, yeah? This is mixed lamb. So it's a bit of shoulder, a bit of lamb, leg, a bit of everything really in there on the bone, which is what you want. And I have here the most important ingredient, I think, which is the masala. Took it out the freezer in the morning, left it on the counter in the kitchen, and it's fully defrosted. Now, one thing to remember is do not freeze your masala again once you have fully defrosted it. My mother does this, but so far we're all standing. There's nothing that's happened to us, but we don't recommend it due to health and safety reasons. I've got some fresh tomatoes, which I'll be adding right at the end. Some fresh coriander. We've got some green chilies, which I love to add into my curries. Leave them out if you don't want it in there or you don't like it spicy. We've got dried fenugreek, which is kasuri methi. Always recommend adding this in. It just makes the curry beautiful. And homemade garam masala. Again, I'll leave a link for that in the description box. Right, for this recipe, I'm going to be using around 250 to 300 grams of masala to 500 grams of lamb. So I'm just going to weigh that out. That is 250 grams of masala. I'm just going to pop this masala to the side. Now, even though we've got the exact measurements to the curry, I might want to add a little bit more depending on how I want the curry to be. If I fancy a Bhuna right at the end, I might just add a little bit more masala. If I want a slightly runnier curry, I'll leave the masala as it is at 250 grams, but we'll just see what I feel. Okay. Right, I'm gonna start by turning my hob on, which you obviously know how to do. I'm being naughty now, aren't I? And all we're going to do is we're just going to add our ingredients in. We're going to start with the masala first of all. So in that goes. And now I'm going to add the lamb. And just let that come up to temperature. And we know there's oil in there because we obviously used it to cook the masala with. But I'm just going to add a little bit more. That 240 millilitres that we added has equally been distributed into that masala. Yeah, millilitres. Oil is liquid, it's measured in milliliters.
What are you talking about
milliliters, not grams. Oil.
Oil, you did put 250 millilitres in.
240 millilitres.
You need to make mention of into the base masala.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing now. I was just about to do that.
Oh, okay, you're confusing me.
No, you've confused me now. The oil that I added in is just to get the curry started. We did add 240 millilitres, which is 1 cup of oil in the base masala, but that was evenly distributed. Obviously, we took out 1 portion to use here. So now all I'm going to do is I'm just going to stir this. Well, there we are. Just going to cook it off in this masala. So we're going to do that for around 5 to 6 minutes. So it'll allow the masala to heat up as well. And at the same time, it's going to brown the meat in there. So give it around 4 to 5 minutes and I'll show you how it looks. Right, I'm going to add a little bit more masala into this. Having looked at the curry situation, it needs a little bit more. So I'm going to go in with another spoonful. Now I think that's about around 50 grams. So in total, we've added around 300 grams of masala. Right, so it's been around 5 minutes that this has been cooking away. And all I'm going to do is go in with a mug of boiled kettle water. Let's have a look. Just like that. Right, I'm going to add another half a mug in. And now we're going to allow this to cook away for around 25 to maybe 35 to 40 minutes with the lid on. So heat on a medium, low to medium. With that amount of water, you don't need to stir it constantly. It's cooking away. Allow it to cook away, but do check it to see how it's looking because obviously everyone the interpretation of a low to medium flame is different, and the hobs are different with different powers. So just keep an eye on it, and I'll see you guys back in around 30 minutes time. So I've just had my coffee, been chilling for the past 30 minutes, and now we're going to come back and check on this, which has been cooking away for 30 minutes. Right, let's see. Oh, look at that. So you can see the oil separation has started to happen there. And that looks wonderful. Now at this stage, we are going to check whether the lamb has cooked down or not. So where's my knife? Oops, hot. Put that on. Right, so I'm just gonna take a piece of meat. He's given me pieces with the nulli in there, which is really, really good because that's extra flavour.
What's nulli?
Nulli is the marrow, and we always like to get lamb with marrow in it because my husband and Iman loves to scoop that out. Slight resistance there. Don't know if you can see that, but that is perfect, and that is what you want, because what we're going to do now is we're going to cook out whatever water's left in there, and we're going to do the bhuning process now, the proper bhuning, which we didn't do with the base masala. I don't know if you remember, but I mentioned that no bhuning is required with the base masala when you make it. The bhuning happens with when you start making a curry with the protein or the veg in there. So heat is still the same, it's on a medium, and I'm going to cook this now until there is no water left in there, and you'll be able to see the oil separation happening properly once the water evaporates. So just keep an eye on it and just keep stirring it, and it should take around, I'd say, 4 to 5 minutes for that water to evaporate. And whilst that is happening, I am also going to now throw in my green chilies. So I'm just going to slice them halfway up. In they go. Let's just add them in. I will see you guys back in a few minutes once this is ready to show you exactly how it looks. Right, so you can see that the water has evaporated and the oil has separated, and that's what you want. Now into this, I'm going to add 1 mug of water again, and all depends on how cooked you like your lamb. This is gonna cook it slightly further and also create that lovely sauce or gravy, as you want to call it, the shorba that's in there. Now I'm also going to add 1 tomato, which I'm just going to roughly chop up and just throw that in at this stage. So just like that. And now I'm going to pop the lid on, and I'm just going to let that cook away on medium heat for 10 to 15 minutes. I think 15 minutes because the lamb is slightly tough. So I'm just going to lower the heat down to a low to medium again and set my timer, and I'll see you guys back in 15 minutes. Do you know some people don't actually use the stalks when they, you know, pop them into the curries? They just use the leaves.
What?
The coriander stalks. So I think that's where the flavour is. That's ready. That's cooking away. I'm just going to go sit for the next 15 minutes and just chill. But this has been the most easiest curry I've made because I've not had to prep anything. So see you guys back in 15. Right, 15 minutes later, and look at how this curry looks. Amazing. Look at the oil separation there. Oh, and the tomatoes are nice and soft, and that's what I wanted. So we can now finish the dish off. But before that, I'm going to show you how to break a mug. I'm going to show you how well the lamb has cooked. Right, okay, let me just get a decent piece that we can look at. This one, with the nulli in it, but it should just now melt. Yeah, well, I'm not cutting it properly, but there you go. It's super, super soft, fully cooked. That masala off as well. And I'm just going to give it a stir. Oh, look at that. That's exactly how I wanted it. And let me just try it actually before I finish it off, because I want to check the salt levels. Okay, let's do it. How I've been trained to do this is like that. it needs a little bit more salt. I'm gonna grab, actually, I'll use my salt grinder. There is. So I'm just gonna add a little bit. That is probably around half a teaspoon's worth of salt in there. So now do you understand, when you make a base masala, you can adjust the spices right at the end, the salt at the end. If you want to add more chilies into this, you can add more Kashmiri chili or regular chili powder. That you can do right at the end. And I am just now going to finish the dish off. So straight in with the garam masala. There we are, just get that over. And the kasuri methi, which I'm just going to crush between the palms of my hands. There we are. Oh, look at that. Oh. And just gently stir that through. Just finish off with fresh coriander on top. And that, my friends, is how you use a base masala to make a lamb curry. Let me show you the consistency of this curry. Oh, but just look at that beautiful, silky, smooth sauce. And that is what you get when you cook with a pre-made base masala. First, let me just try the sauce masala. Oh, that is good. Oh, that hits the spot. It's beautiful. One thing to remember is once you take it out the freezer, do not freeze it again, because it's just...
Health and safety.
Yes, that's it.
Okay. When did this turn into a Bollywood film?
It's not a Bollywood film. Right, okay, shh. Right. Take shot. You meant to say...
Oh, action!